come I can't? Okay. Does that look fine? Something about this looks really wrong to me. Like that. Right? Stop. Sorry. Don't know why I sounded like that. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Oh, it's too, oh my god. It's too much this way. Let me do this. Is that a little better? Maybe it'll be better if I can like sit. Yeah, I guess. I suppose. Hey, hi. I'm still sus. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? You know what? I need to stop hanging out with my sister. That's I be saying the same thing she does, and it's crazy because I don't talk like that. Are you Coral in disguise? Yeah, I might as well be. Imagine I'm just her the whole time. I just dress differently for this channel. How do I look at it? Oh. Oh, sorry. Okay. How'd the weekend go for you? It was pretty chill. When did I stream? Did I stream Saturday? No. No, I streamed Sunday. No. What? Oh, when did I? Friday. Okay. No, I think I did stream Saturday night, but it was like a secret stream, and I tried the voice only live. So I'm like all confused. Or was that Sunday night? I'm pretty sure that was Saturday night. Yeah, sometimes I do secret streams, so anyway, the weekend was actually pretty I was almost gonna say normal. It was pretty good for me. Hello again. Hi. Hello. Hi everyone. It was Mother's Day weekend. We did something for that. I kind of did something. Okay, so since my last real stream was Friday, Saturday, because I had to get up early Saturday, and it was only because my dad had to get an oil change for his car, and a bit of a lore drop, okay? I live like way out in the middle of nowhere. So for me to go like grocery shopping and like recreationally shopping, like if I want to go to the mall or go somewhere that like gets like to get like coffee or anything just like that I want, I have to drive an hour and a half to get there. Okay, I live quite literally in the middle of nowhere. So my dad had to get an oil change for his car, but his appointment was at 10:30. And because it takes us an hour and a half, we had to leave here by 9 or maybe even a little bit before so that we can get there with enough time to get there, you know, check in for the appointment. So I had to get up at like 7:30 because it takes me a long time to wake up or get ready for the day. Oko, what's he drive? He drives a Honda Civic. It's a pretty cute car. Anyways, and so because the oil change didn't take that long, which was surprising to all of us because we went to Walmart to get the oil changed. And sometimes it takes like an hour and a half to 2 hours to get your oil changed there. Sometimes it takes 15 minutes. All right, it's just kind of in between. And so on this particular day, which was crazy because it was a Saturday, it took I think 20 minutes to get the oil changed. And so we were now in town like really early. So we decided to do a lot of shopping. I think we got home at like 6 p.m., 6:30, if I remember correctly. So we were in town all day, right? And so I was super exhausted, but I still wanted to stream. But then by the time I wanted to stream, I felt like I was one, too tired, and then two, that I looked too tired. I was like, I don't want to show up to stream like this. So I did a secret stream, right? I did a secret stream Saturday. I said in that stream that I was going to stream either Sunday or yesterday. But I got busy both days. So Yeah, so sad. Yeah, I know. Hello, hi. Oh, for Mother's Day. Okay, yeah. So I think I talked a little bit about what we were gonna do for Mother's Day, but kind of what we did was we just had like a nice dinner for my grandma. Um, and we gave her we because we went shopping on Saturday. We got her a couple of gifts. Um, and so we gave them to her on Sunday for Mother's Day. We had a nice dinner, and then later in the evening, I actually went to go visit my mom, and gave her like a gift as well for Mother's Day. And by the time everything wrapped up, right, by the time I was done doing all of my Mother's Day activities, it was like 9 p.m. It was a long day. Will you do anything? What do you mean? Do anything like what? Your OnlyFans rocks, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, you're welcome. Don't know what I was talking about. I don't want to zoom it in, but I have to say. Ah! Anyway, so that was my weekend. Did anyone else have any cool Mother's Day plans? If you had mothers to celebrate. I should say. Because I feel like that was the, that's like one of the hard things I think about Mother's Day and like Father's Day and stuff is that sometimes people don't have parents to celebrate, for those specific days. So if you did celebrate Mother's Day, I hope it was a good one. If you didn't, I hope you enjoyed your Sunday. That wasn't you, sorry, my bad. Oh, yeah, you're okay. You did a test run of that faceless stream? I did. I turned off I did the audio only. Honestly, I kind of liked it because I got to kind of just sit here and like keep doing what I was doing, but also stream at the same time. I'm not sure how everyone else liked it. I don't know if I got any not good feedbacks, but like nobody gave feedbacks. So, not sure how we liked it, but I thought it was okay. What ethnicity are you? I mean, if you want to guess. Part of the country you live in? Like the middle. I'm down bad. What? For who? Was it mysterious? I don't know. See, that's why I don't know how it looked to people on the other side. For me, it was like really nice. I even considered doing it today too, because I wanted to stream, but also I'm kind of tired. And so I thought maybe I was going to be too tired to stream, but I wanted to stream. So I almost did another audio only live. But because I had just done one, I didn't want to do another one. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to push through. We're going to stream, like real stream today. Do you dance on stream? Like what do you mean? Like what kind? I'm down with that for you. Didn't we just meet? Are you Costa Rican or Mexican or Honduras or El Salvador? Hot or cold? I would say cold. How would I explain? It's not super off, but it's like, it's also not that close either. Not that close. How'd the viewers take it? Your voice with the face of the guy? Somebody mentioned that. I don't remember. Somebody mentioned that it was funny that I was talking, but there was the face of Soho. And I was like, yeah, that's so funny. LOLs. It made me kind of want to pick a different profile photo because I love the profile photo I have now. I don't know. I think it's so cute. And because I really like that hairstyle on him and I love that color on him. Like, it's just one of my favorite photos. But seeing it sitting there on my audio live, I was like, is that the photo that I want to have sitting there? It's really cute, but I don't think anyone else would get it except for me. It really made me think. Answer me. What did you say? I didn't even see what you said. Italian? No. No. I will say I am part. The way that we describe it is that I am part white, part European, Caucasian. Caucasian, I think is how you say. Um, but one of them is not Italian. I'm not Italian in that part. I love wearing what? You know what? Good for you. Good for you. I haven't gotten down all the names of oneus yet. Are you learning? I can tell you the names. It's hard to associate their names to their faces though, depending on what videos of what era you're watching. Because they look different in like every era. So Greek? No. I'm back, phone died. Was she Hispanic? No, I'm not Hispanic. Sorry. Brazil? No. I know the group, just not as a heavy fan as yourself. Okay, yeah, that's so true. That is so true. I'm like the biggest oneus fan ever. Like, ever. I don't care what anyone says. European. Oh, I did just mention. So I am part. I almost want to say Caucasian. I am kind like this much Caucasian, but like I'm a majority something else. What's up with you? You know what? We're chilling. We're big chilling. We're enjoying our week. It's already Tuesday, but it's also only Tuesday. I don't know. I have a busy week ahead of me, so maybe that's why. White plus Filipino, maybe? No, not Filipino. Armenian? No. No. How's the weather for you? I keep getting ugly storms. You know what? The weather has been pretty good here recently. It was really hot on Sunday. It was nice because at least we got to be outside. I finally got to dress in like summer attire. I like whipped out all of my summer clothes this past weekend. But it was also like kind of too hot. Like it was like almost 90 degrees. Yesterday was the same. It was like 90 degrees. Today was a bit cooler. I think it was like 83 or something. I don't know. And so it was pretty nice compared to the last couple of days, but it hasn't rained or anything. So I do kind of miss that. So mixed. Okay, white plus Indian. Okay, but what do you mean by Indian? What are we talking about? Tons of that mix looks so different from their parents. No, I look like my parents for sure. No, my parents look very much like what they are. So envious you're getting the better weather. I guess so. I mean, where I live, one of our biggest struggles in the summertime is the heat. It gets so hot here. It's insane. It's just kind of insane. Southeast Asia plus Europe? Not Southeast Asia, no. That's why I said, what do you mean by Indian? We need to elaborate on that part. I'll take that. Really? You know what? I don't mind it. It's something, I mean, I've lived here like most of my life, so I'm really, really used to it. But I do wish that we got more rain because I love storms, the thunderstorms and stuff. But we don't get it that often. Bengali, Nepal. No. No. I know a Nepali who looks like you. You know what? Maybe. Don't get offended. What? Didn't you just meet me? Does your hair frizz with that heat? No. So luckily where I live, it's dry heat. Thank God. I hate the humidity, and I will never live somewhere where there's like extreme humidity because that's insane. Um, I live where there's dry heat, and so when it's 90 degrees, it's just like, I heard this really good analogy for like trying to describe what dry heat feels like, because I don't really know how to describe what dry heat feels like to somebody who like doesn't know. Cuz like I'm so used to it, and that's how, you know, I've been around it my entire life. But dry heat is pretty much like if you were to just walk into an oven, you know, and feel it like 90 degrees. Like that's how it feels. Now, humidity is like walking into a sauna or something and sitting there for 90 degrees. This is difficult. Give hints. I mean, for where I live, I definitely live in the US for sure. Yeah, but if I give hints, I feel like it's gonna give it away. There's not really a like a vague enough hint for me to give that's not gonna give away my ethnicity. That's good news. Yeah. So luckily my hair does not frizz in the heat, like the dry heat. But when I go places where there's humidity, it's like, which is insane because I'm going to Orlando this summer. All right, that's like peak humidity. I don't really know how I'm gonna survive. I don't know. But I've also never been to Orlando, so I'm excited. Malaysian plus white? No, not Malaysian. Did that happen in Seoul? No. So when I went to Seoul, it was the end of January, the beginning of February. So it was winter time. Um, I will say the crazy thing about being in Seoul in the winter time was that it didn't feel that cold to me. And I don't know if that's because maybe like they do have a natural humidity in the air because they're by the ocean. So like the winter is doesn't feel that cold. Where I live in like a slight elevation. So the cold slight elevation and then like to the north. So the cold, like winters to me are like cold and bitterly cold. Um and so I didn't really experience, I don't think, much of their humidity, and then it didn't really affect like my hair or anything. Korean then? No. No. That must have offended you. I'm sorry. No, it's just a little weird to say. Plus some darker thing. What? What? Is it daytime where you're at? No, it's actually nighttime. It's almost 10 p.m. Was there any snow since you went in the winter season? Yes. Okay, so which is it's really crazy. I heard that Korea, well, Seoul specifically, doesn't really get snow all that often. Um, and I thought it was so funny too because I remember thinking on the plane, I am pretty how do I say it? Pretty good, but I don't do it on purpose. Anyways, what happens a lot to me is that I tend to say something and then I have it happen like very shortly after. So I remember joking with my friend like the week before because my birthday was a week before my I went to Korea. And I was joking that I was going to bring the snow with me because like they don't really get snow and whatever. And how and every time that I see oneus, it's like in the wintertime. And that sometimes it snows, I think. And so I'm joking because I'm going to see oneus in Korea. I'm like, I'm gonna bring the snow with me. And you know, crazily enough, on that Friday that I'm in Seoul, it snows. I was like, I thought it didn't snow here. Or like that much. I don't know. It was snowing pretty well, actually. um, Tell us? Okay, yeah. Flagstaff? No. I love your bangs. Thank you. Snow's code name for it? No. No, I'm talking about the actual snow. South Dakota? No. Maybe. Maybe not. Um, no, I'm actually Native American. Yeah, so Yeah, my ethnic background is I'm Native American. I'm indigenous. I'm an indigenous people to this land, okay? So, now if you want to try to guess specifics, you could, but I don't know. Like, there's a lot that you could guess. I don't think anyone would get it. About to be full of. You can't say that in front of me. Not me and my indigenous people. Casinos and free land. Casinos, yeah. Free land depends. Depends on if you want me to really go into like a whole topic about what that even means. Cherokee? No. No. Can you imagine I said, oh my god, I'm Native American, and then I just turned out to be Cherokee? Nothing against the Cherokees, okay? But, okay, alright, I'm gonna explain this in a bit of a weird way. Is that a Capri Sun? Yeah. It's good. They stingy with land. You mean the natives? Technically, the natives don't even own their own land. If we want to go that far into it, no wonder there aren't many pure natives. You're so mixable. To be fair, to be really, really fair, how do I want to say? Okay, so this was really gonna go into my, my, what I was going to say about blood quantum, which is kind of what I meant earlier when I said I'm like this much white, right, like Caucasian, and I'm like this much native, because it was very ingrained into our brains, like into my generation's brains, into my parents' generation's brains, and my grandparents and all this stuff, um, about blood quantum, about knowing how much native you were. But like that also doesn't really tell anyone how native they are. It's more so just telling you how much of one tribe that you are. And so realistically, okay, I'm not gonna go on too much of a tangent, but I'm just gonna explain that there's not supposed to be a native person who is 100% one tribe, because historically and culturally and all this stuff, we weren't supposed to marry within our own tribes because of family dynamics and just the way that we viewed our own people. So it's like an issue that natives have with blood quantum, because blood quantum really only tells you how much of one tribe, the one tribe you're enrolled to, you are. So somebody could be like a full-blood native person, but they might be mixed with like 5 different tribes. But no one will ever know that because they have to register, enroll into one tribe, and then be like only documented in that tribe. So the other 4 tribes is like nobody ever knows. So that's kind of what I meant earlier when I said that I'm like, I know I'm this much white, but I'm like this much native. Anyways, had those for years. I could never guess that. Yeah, most people don't, which is totally fair. I think that's kind of why sometimes I like to let people guess to see if anyone will ever get it. Hi, hello, know the Americans? Oh, yeah, true. The freaking government. Do you like Blackpink? I do, kinda, yeah. So you can play the white role while feeding your native people. I guess. Pocahontas, no. Hello. Hi. 강국님? So as a native, would you want to mix with a black guy or white guys more? Okay, I'm gonna be really, really, really honest with you. If you had to choose, no judgment. Okay. So for me, it truly, truly comes down to somebody that I'm like interested in. Is I really want to be with somebody that also is cultured. And that doesn't really, like, it doesn't have to be only native guys, because like obviously they're cultured, but just somebody that like has a cultural background, that they have their own culture that they're involved in and all this stuff. I think that's like somebody that I would most prefer. And so there's not, I mean, I know that there's European people, white guys and stuff, that some people do have cultural backgrounds, okay? But a lot of them don't. And especially not American white guys, okay? Nothing wrong with that. But I think it's just because, like, as my own individual, how do I want to say this? How do I want to say this? I have a lot of culture attached to me. Like, I'm very, like, heavily involved in, like, my culture and my native identity and heritage and all this stuff. Like, pretty well. It's really hard to explain here, but, like, I'm pretty immersed into it. And so I think it would be really hard for me to be with somebody who doesn't have any cultural background, like, at all. So, hi, hello. Good answer. Using purely stereotypes, black or white. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it doesn't matter to me. It truly doesn't matter what their, like, ethnic background is or what their race is or anything. It's more so that they just have to have, that's like the one identifying factor for me, like, especially when I'm like meeting new people and all this stuff, is like, if I find out that they have like no, it doesn't even have to be specific culture either. Like, maybe it is an American guy, right? And he just like maybe it's like a guy who's like a, you know, a rancher or like a cowboy or something, or somebody that like has lived in like a very family oriented, like, just something that I think I just really want somebody that I can learn from as well. And so it doesn't really have to be like, this is my culture, these are my customs, this is my heritage, this is my identity, all this stuff. It's just something that like they can teach me throughout our time together. So it's not super specific for me, but so white guys have no chance. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, as long as you had some kind of background. She wants a cowboy. I honestly think that's the only white guy the only type of white guy I would date is like either a cowboy, because like they might be into like rodeos or something, or maybe they help out on their family farm, or, you know, all this stuff. It's like, I'm willing to learn that. I don't care. White Americans only have a Christian culture. Okay, yeah, I can't have somebody though that's like Christian or like super Christian or super Catholic, because I'm Native American. Okay. And even more so is like, I have personal connections to what the church did to Native people back in the day, because my grandma was a boarding school survivor. And if you guys don't know what that means, just know that it's not good. Another concert in Florida. What were you saying about being booked till November? Oh, till September. Yeah, I'm booked till September for concerts. Texas is cheering. No, okay, you know what's crazy? Crazy enough. So, as I was saying earlier, I'm this much white, right? And that's because I'm this much white because my grandpa is from Texas. So, my grandpa is like 100% a white guy, right? My grandma's like 100% a Native woman. And so that's kind of where I start getting all my um, percentages and stuff. But my grandpa's parents were, I don't know if it was his parents or his grandparents, were immigrants from Europe. So that's kind of what I mean by like, I have like, among my part whiteness, I'm still kind of like the European. Whatever. Whatever. Cowboy, what do you mean? What do you mean? Yellowstone types. I've actually never seen that show, low key. Know your history? True. Interracial is best. Honestly, how would I say this? Love Native girls now? period, as you should. Just be nice to them, okay? Just be nice. What was I gonna say? Oh, I feel like I've kind of always known that I've wanted to, I won't even want to call it interracial, but like I was mentioning earlier, it's really historically back then, but it should still be now as well. It's like looked down upon to be with somebody in your own tribe, just based on like our family dynamics and all this stuff. Back in the day, it used to be that we considered everyone in our tribe as family. Okay, we were all related to each other. I don't know if we were technically or whatever, but that's like how we interpreted the tribe, is that we're all related. And so when people would want to get married, they usually go like meet other people from other tribes. And then sometimes I think it depends. I really think it depends. Sometimes the guy will move to the girl's tribe and become part of their tribe. So then they become they're no longer their past tribe, they're now this tribe because they're married into that tribe. And sometimes a girl will go, and it's like that's kind of how marriage worked back then. So we still kind of uphold that mentality, but also too is like, I don't know if it maybe came from that mentality, but I technically am related to a lot of people in my tribe. Like based on a family tree. Like I can trace a lot of people I'm related to. And that really makes like, when it comes to dating, I just knew almost immediately that I did not want to date anybody from my own tribe, because chances are we were related and I didn't really want to take the chance on hoping we weren't, because we most likely were. And so since I realized that early on, so I kind of always knew that I would marry somebody or want to be with somebody that's not part of my tribe. I don't think that's interracial, but like it's definitely like somebody like they're not within my tribe. Like it's got to be if it's a native guy, he's got to be from some other tribe. Okay. If he's not native, then like again, he has to like come with some kind of cultural background. I've been to Florida. It's pretty hot depending on the month, very humid. Yeah, I'm going in like the middle of the summer, so I know it's going to be really bad. I already know, but I'm trying to plan well in advance. Get colonized by a strong white cowboy who will rain dance and square dance. That is so true. You know what? We don't have rain dances in our tribe. I don't know if that tells you anything about what kind of native I am. Got your sunblock? No, I need to get one though. Hold on. My bangs. My bangs. How y'all miss that skill set? Because we do other dances. It's the main native skill to do a rain dance. I mean, we don't. Trying to think if we have any specific dance that. That's why I'm saying it's really based on the tribe and what they hold, or what they put value in. So like we don't put value in the rain. We put value in the thunder. Now some tribes, I'm pretty sure probably the southern tribes who don't get rain all that often will probably do rain dances. You know? But we don't have a rain dance. It's the thunder. But even then we don't have a dance for that. It's just that we acknowledge the thunder beings more than we acknowledge anything else in the storm. Let me see what else. If yours, what do you mean? Sounds like y'all aren't dancing, right? No. We are. It just depends. It depends on the tribe. Like we get rain all the time. Why would we be doing rain dances, you know? I'm telling you, if you want a native history lesson, I got you. I got you. Ha! I'm trying to look at this. Yeah, anyways. Are you thick and are native girls thick? Asking for science. Um, do you want like these days or do you want like back then? Curious, you have any native crafts with you there? You know what? I can show you a hair tie I did. Hold on, let me show you. Contrast the times. Okay, wait. All right, wait. I don't want to stand up. Let me just scoot this way. Ah, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna try not to drop it. Ugh, sorry. Okay. I feel like this is a hard question to answer because it also depends. I'll tell you from perspective of my tribe though. Um, so my tribe historically, the women were we were not petite women back then. Okay, we weren't small, we weren't skinny. It was kind of so for my tribe back then. We lived where the winters were really really harsh, and then the summers were. I guess the summers were a little well. They're better than the winters, but the winters were known for being unforgiving. And so what my people did is they because we lived like where there's horrible winters is that we would basically act like we were bears in the sense that like we would eat a lot before the winter comes so that way we didn't have to um we would have is it fat reserve? I don't even want to say it like that. Basically, we had to like ration out food throughout the winter because the food that we did um use was really only available in like the summertime because like it's winter time. And I think because of that, like my people over time have become really like sturdy built. But everyone, like the men are probably really muscular and the women are like they're built to be sturdy because the women also had to um, put up teepees when the camp moved and they had to deconstruct teepees when the camp moved. They are the ones that set up the entire house and all this stuff. Um, and they're also the ones who prepared the food. The men would go out and hunt the food. The women, they would bring it back and the women would then prepare it. So it's like you're doing all these chores, like you have to be pretty built. um, and my tribe, my people are known for like being notoriously like tall. So these days, most of the women are pretty. I don't even want to say it as like thick, but they're not skinny or petite. Some of them are, but like that's also because it's like modern times and like as people start like getting mixed all together and all this stuff, you start getting different kind of genetics and stuff. Dunk day / summer, yeah. I'm Armenian. How good are my chances? I'm 6'1", cook, and I'm very cultured. Period. Okay. Wyoming area, close. Okay, yeah. So for me, I'm actually pretty tall myself. So I know this is also what kind of makes me mad too, is because I know a lot of guys don't like when girls are like, yeah, I want a tall guy, which I also don't like when girls say that because it's like you're 5'3", like tall to you is like 5'6", like you don't need a tall guy, okay? Um, but like me, one of my number one requirements especially when I'm like, trying to meet people with this stuff, is that the guy has to either be my height or taller. Um, so anything over my height is already like it's a good trait for me. Sounds like stocky for the build type. I was trying to say that, but I don't even know if I would have said stocky. It's like they were like muscular kind of, but not like ripped. Is that stocky? Okay, anyways, let me show you this hair tie that I did, okay? I'm exposing all of my arts and crafts. Yeah, so I made this whole thing. I actually made 3 of these because it's a, well, it's not a hair tie. It's a choker. Um, I don't know if anyone knows what powwows are or like what a modern day powwow is, because that I think will tell you a lot more about why this looks like this. I don't know if you can see. It's really, it doesn't even show that well. It's really sparkly. Anyways, modern day powwows are really crazy and really insane, but like I participate in them. So this is supposed to be a choker slash a necklace. It goes right here, and then there's 2 hair ties that look the same, but they're not mine. They're from my sister. It's cute. Girls who do crafts are always so wholesome. You know what? Thank you. Interesting colors. Yeah, so yeah, these are for my sister, and I remember her mentioning that she wanted to start dancing, but she didn't have like her own set of beadwork. And the first colors that like really came to my head when I was thinking about her was like a sunflower, like the colors of like a sunflower. So all of her beadwork is this this yellow background, and then this design here, and then all the borders are green. Yeah, and then we threw some like blues and stuff in there just to make it kind of pop. I don't know. What is oneus? Oneus is a Korean boy band. Debuted in 2019. They consist of 5 members. And I definitely recommend listening to them if you have some time. I would listen to their newest song called I Know You Know. Or do you mean once? Like twice? No, I meant oneus. I meant oneus. I meant what I said. How much time does it take / practice to get the dancing down? It depends. I think it depends on how quick of a learner you are. So I can't really give you like a good estimate personally. I've been dancing since I was 2. So I've been dancing like my entire life. Now for somebody who like does not really know how to dance and like wants to get out there, I would maybe say it's not hard to pick up. It's really, really not. But like I also mentioned, it depends on like how well you, like how quickly you can learn like repetitive dancing. Because some people, they do take a little bit more time to get used to it, and like that's totally fine. And then some people pick it up immediately. So it really just depends. Can you do TT dance? Do I remember TT? Do you mean like the old version or the new version? Hold on. I remember the dance. No, I don't. I just remember. Like TT. What's your love life like? It's kind of sad. Arapaho? No. Close though. Yeah. No, my love life is it's a bit sad. Kind of not existent. Okay, hold on. How you're insanely cute. That's what I'm saying. No, okay. I'm gonna be really, really honest. We're getting like into honest territory here? Do we want to be honest here in chat? My biggest problem when it comes to dating is that it's also becoming harder the older that I get. I'll be really honest. Basically, to sum it all up, I'm picky with the people that I choose to give my time and energy to. So it's not really that like I don't have people like talking to me or like, you know, trying to talk to me, all this stuff, or that I haven't talked to anyone. It's just um how am I trying to put I am picky. At the end of the day, I don't want to feel like I'm just settling on dating somebody. Like I want the connection to feel mutually beneficial between the two of us. Like I don't want to feel like I'm constantly giving more to this person, or that I would be giving more or doing more or anything, and kind of vice versa. You know, I don't want to feel like I'm slowing the other person down. And so it's like kind of hard to find somebody who's like on the same um do I want to say path? Not path, but just same level. There we go. And built to be colonized historically in a piece of what? On a wholesome note, don't settle, you deserve so much. Thank you. Find someone who loves you and cherishes their time with you and have fun. Exactly. That's exactly who I'm trying to find. I think it's a strange trait that I have. Trait? Something that I notice that like tends to happen to me a lot is that I attract people who like are trying to get married like next week. Like that's happened to me so many times. It's always people that are like they're trying to find something super serious. They're trying to like settle down like immediately or like all this stuff, and it's like, "Oh my god, like I don't want that though." That's the other thing. Is like even though I'm picky, I also I consider myself to still be pretty young. Like I'm trying to enjoy my own life before I have to really start locking into like these really insane um, eras. And I kind of view like marriage and family that way as well. It's like as soon as I get married and like I start having a family of my own, I can't be living my life the way that I'm living it now because I have other priorities now, right? And um because again consider myself to still be pretty young, like I'm still trying to live my own life. I'm trying to just have fun and just, you know, I'm just trying to have fun in my life. And so I'm not really looking to get married next Friday. You know, like that's a little fast. That's I'm not there yet. Just stay single, it's easier. I mean, I've been single for a long time. So I do think it's like it's such a like strange situation for me right now because I do know that I prefer being single instead of like just settling to date somebody just to date somebody. Um, you know, or just settling in general. But also sometimes being single is lonely. Like I see everyone in these cute relationships and I'm like, I want to do that too. Consider yourself dumb or sub for science. Okay, do you want the super honest truth? Hello, hi. I'm happy eating food and drinking soju with my bestie. I love soju. I love soju. Truth? Okay. Truthfully, I think I'm a bit of both. I do think I fall like pretty much in the middle because I do have like tendencies of both. Wait, who is this? Oh, it's Juan. Okay, I'm gonna tell everyone right now. A oneus member is live on their YouTube channel right now at the same time as me. And I just want to know why. Because I should be there to watch it, but I'm live streaming, so I can't. I'm almost so mad. I can't believe him. Why would he do that to me? Why would he do this to me? He's Hwanung though, he would. Elaborate? You want me to elaborate? I feel like that says enough. What's their YouTube? Oh, they're called oneus. Oneus on YouTube. Like, that's quite lit. If you just look up oneus, they'll come up. And then you'll probably see his live. Because he's live right now. I almost misspelled that, sorry. I think we'll understand if you jump ship to watch him now. No, it's okay. I don't have to be there. I really don't have to be there. I'll watch it later if I really want to. I just think that's crazy. That's a little strange. What makes you subby versus what makes you... Aren't these adult themes in the chat? Okay, I guess I can say it a little vaguely. Is that... Do I... How do I... Oh, you asked a question I forgot to answer. Hold on. How in advance do you buy your concert tickets? It depends on the concert. So a lot of times I go to K-pop concerts, and what K-pop concerts will do is they'll give you a month or a little over a month. Like, the tour starts on like this day, and the tickets will go on sale a month before. Now, there are some other concerts that I kind of just like, I don't really mind just showing up to them. So sometimes I'll wait to buy my ticket until like closer to the concert date. Same as how stoked you got with that. What do you mean? What do you mean? Which one? Which one? Hi, how are you? Hi. I'm good. We're talking about a lot of things in chat. Oh, wait, okay. I'm going to try to answer this question a little vaguely. Okay. I think I consider myself to be a little bit of both just because... How do I want to say this? Sometimes I enjoy taking the lead and other times I enjoy someone else taking the lead. Interpret that how you will, okay? But that's kind of, but I think that applies to a lot of areas of my life anyways. So that's kind of what I mean by like both. I don't know. Who's your bias in Twice? Nayeon and Chewy. Yeah. It's honestly both of them, like, equally. Because I love them both. What's the difference? What do you mean? What do you mean, what's the difference? Ah! Oh my god. I was trying to scoot forward and I pulled the whole desk. Chewy's so pretty. I know. I think at first... Yeah. No, okay. Chewy became my bias. Okay, so I started... Where am I trying to start in this story? I became a Twice fan in 2015, like a month after they debuted. And the reason I liked Chewy so much was because she was tall. I think she's 5'7", right? Or 5'8". And like, I'm tall too. And so I just kind of naturally gravitated towards like all the tall girls in a lot of K-pop groups because I'm also tall. And because I thought she was really pretty. And because we're like relatively the same age. We're born in the same year. So I just thought, I was like, oh my god, like, just all this stuff, like, makes her so cool. She became my bias. But I also really like Nayeon because I think Nayeon is really pretty and I love the way her voice sounds. Yeah. Younger dudes might work better. Okay, you know what, though? You know what? I was actually thinking about this the other day, which is crazy. I think... How do I want to say this? I don't think I would get along that well with someone who's younger than me. Just because I think that our maturity levels would be very different. And really, that's only because, like, I spent my entire life surrounded by people who were older than me all the time, like since I was 5, okay? And so I think it's like my mindset mentality kind of adjusted to those that were around me. And because everyone was always a year or two older than I was, I kind of matured the way they did. And so it's almost too, it's like guys that are my age still seem a little, um, they do seem a little immature to me, I will say. So I do kind of always find myself being attracted to guys who are older than I am, but that's not like, I'm not like actively thinking like, oh, are they older than me? That just like, sometimes I am attracted to somebody and then I find out that they are 2 to 3 years older than me. So like, I don't know if I would get along that well with the guy who's younger than me. Low key. Now, if they were more mature for their age, I maybe then it would be fine. But most of the time, that's like not the case. Are there guys you for some what? What makes you choose one or the other based on the guy? Okay, no. It's not like per person. I don't think. It's more like situational. What? Huh? Like, it's not that like I would be like one way to one person and then another way to another person. It's kind of like with the same person, I would have both the tendencies, I think. Like sometimes I might want to be the person to um like take the lead in things, and then other times I would want them to do it, like take the lead and stuff. Kind of like that. Sorry. That's so cool. Nyan such a bunny and I love her. I know. I always thought she was just so... I think looking back, she's always been somebody that like I admired / looked up to. Like I always wanted to be just like her. And because she's older than I am, right? So like me, I'm like 16 years old and I find twice, right? And she's like 20. So she seems super cool and super awesome. I'm like, I want to be like her when I get to be that age. So I think that's kind of how I saw Nyan the entire time. Today's my exam. Oh my gosh. Good luck. You got this. You got this. Okay. Ah, did I type that right? Yeah, I did. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Your favorite girl group? You mean like right now or like of all time? Because it's a different answer for both. Ah! She's the center for a reason. Well, yeah, she's like pretty and she can sing pretty well, but like her personality, I think, is like something I admired a lot. Both? Okay, so my favorite girl group of all time is Girls' Generation. My favorite girl group right now is IVE, but before IVE, it was Everglow, which it still kind of is Everglow too. But they're like, their situation is a little difficult at the moment, so. Do you like Blackpink? Yeah, like very casually. I need to drink up my Capri Sun. Please don't mind me. Sorry, that was so unattractive. I'm so sorry. What flavor Capri Sun did you get? This one's fruit punch, but we got the variety pack from Sam's Club. So after we finish the fruit punch, I think we'll be on the kiwi, strawberry kiwi or something. Where are you from? I'm from the US. Into a New World is like K-pop's anthem. I know. It's so good. It's so good. So, what? Why would you say that? Best flavor? You know what? My personal opinion, I like Pacific Cooler the most. I'm a Pacific Cooler fan. Over the fruit punch. Ooh, Sam's Club? Yeah. Yeah. We shop at Sam's Club sometimes. Crazy because I'm the one with the membership. They like sold me on a membership one time. I went to Walmart. They were like, memberships are half off. And I'm like, oh, say less. Because I like shopping at Sam's Club. I do. So they got me. So I have the membership and we all use it. Yeah. Got a bargain. Yeah, no, for real. Like they sold me. I'm saying it was only $25 for the whole year. I was like, that's nothing to me. I'm sure. Sign me up. No, I did. I bought it and then like 10 minutes later we went to Sam's Club. Like we were gonna shop at Walmart. Like we were going around with our cart. And then I saw the half off membership. And so I bought the membership. And then my dad was like, well, then maybe we just go shop at Sam's Club instead. And so we ditched our Walmart cart, got in the car, went to Sam's Club. It's so funny. Any special perks for Sam's Club? Like a Sam's Club membership? Ah! Not really. The only thing I think that really sells me on getting a Sam's Club membership is the fact that you tend to get more for less. Even though, like, when you're shopping, something's like $20. You're like, why would I spend $20 for a box of, like, Cheez-Its? But, like, it, you know, the box of Cheez-Its is, like, huge. Like, it's gonna be worth $20 as opposed to getting the same amount from Walmart and getting less item. But yeah, I think it's just better, like, for your money. Like, you get more. Who do you think's better at dancing, Momo or Lisa? Honestly, to me, they both have different styles of dancing, so it's, like, hard to say which one is better. Now, if they were to do each other's technique, then you would maybe be able to tell, like, oh, this one does it better and this one does it better. But they dance differently, so, like, you can't really compare the way that they dance because it's different. Costco's better. You know what? I wish we had a Costco. All we have is a Sam's Club. Like, that's it. And I think I'm pretty sure everyone that lives in town, like, wants a Costco. Like, not that there's anything wrong with Sam's Club, but, like, they don't have any competition where we live. So everyone has to shop at Sam's Club. But imagine they got a Costco and now you have competition. You normally buy in bulk. Not really. It's better for things that you want in bulk. So a personal example, I don't remember if anyone remembers me talking about this. I love Alani, right? Like, because I'm heavily addicted to caffeine. So I drink Alani religiously. And which is really strange, they don't have, I've been to Walmarts where they have 6-packs of Alani, but it's like it's like $12 for a 6-pack. Hello? What the heck? That doesn't make any sense. But at Sam's Club, they have 18 packs of Alani and you get it for $25. So it's just like when you start doing the math, it's like way better to get this 18-pack for $25 than a 6-pack for $12, you know? It's also because they have bigger chip bags. You get more chips. What else do we buy? We don't buy a lot from Sam's Club, but it's always the snacks and stuff that we get. Oh, bread, because you get 2 breads for like the price of 1 bread. Kind of. I love Momo. Have you seen her in Kai's dance challenge? I don't think so. I like the way that Momo dances because she's very her moves are very powerful, but they're very clean. Like, all of her lines are like clean, I would say. When Lisa dances, she doesn't really have that same cleanness to like the moves themselves. I think though that Lisa has um like a slightly better flow in her moves. And that's kind of what I mean by like Lisa and Momo dance really differently, because Momo, she almost has this like stiffness in between every move. It's like so you can see every single move really clearly. But that's what makes it good, is because she's doing every single move, but her lines are really, really clean, and because she puts enough power into them for them to look really nice. Um, but she doesn't have the flow, like that flow, like fluidity, I should say, um, in her dancing. Lisa, on the other hand, again, has the fluidity, right? Everything seems to always connect to each other, every single move, but she doesn't have like the power in her dance moves, and a lot of her lines are not as precise as Momo's. So it's hard to like kind of compare, oh, this one's better, this one's better. It's basically it's based on like preference, honestly, I think. Like if you ask me like what dance style I preferred out of the two, instead of, it's not really like, oh, I think this one's better 100%. It's more so like the dance style that I prefer out of the two, I think would be Lisa, just a little bit more than Momo, even though I really do admire, again, how sharp her moves are, Momo's moves. I personally prefer when the dance moves flow together as opposed to being precise. Um, but they also, because they dance differently, it's hard to compare them in that way. So I guess, yeah, it's more so just like, whose style do I prefer? Chip bags? Any dip? Hummus, maybe? No. Okay, you know what? You know what? Be so honest with me. I used to stop at this convenience store like every week, okay, because it was on my way back from an obligation that I had every week. And so I would stop at this convenience store and I would usually buy a bag of chips like every other visit or so. And every time I would slap it on the counter to have it paid for, most of the time I was getting the same cashier, okay? And this cashier, after a while, okay, started to recognize me. Embarrassing, because that means I was stopping there enough times for him to recognize me. But he's not only did he start to recognize me, he started to recognize the items that I was buying, because it was always the same. I'm a pretty consistent girl, okay? I don't really tend to stray from things that I know that I like. And so I always bought the same chips, and then sometimes a pop, and maybe sometimes like a Twinkie or something. And one time, it's like maybe like my 5th visit, I put down the bag of chips. And before he rings him up, or he doesn't even touch the chip bag, he says, he was like, "Don't you want any dip to go with that?" And I said, "No, no." And then the next thing he said was, it's like, "You don't eat your chips with dip?" And I said, "No, no." And then he was like, "Well, that's a little weird." And I was like, "Can you not judge the way that I eat my chips and just ring up my items, please? Like, why are we having a conversation about how I have my chips?" Okay. And so it didn't really, I was like, maybe it's just because he likes to eat his chips with dip and I don't. All right. Because I always get Doritos, like the nacho cheese Doritos. And he was telling me to get an extra cup of nacho cheese. I'm like, they're already nacho cheese flavored. Why would I get an extra dip of nacho cheese when they're already nacho cheese flavored? Like, I don't need dip. And he was trying to make me sound like I was crazy for having my chips plain. He called them plain. He said, "You eat your chips plain?" And I was like, "Yes, because they're already nacho cheese flavored. Like, what are we talking about?" I was like, "Can you please just ring up my nacho cheese Doritos and my Dr. Pepper and let me be on my merry way?" So he did. Hello. He recognized you because you're pretty, and that's why he was talking with you. Thank you so much. Don't hype me up today. Don't hype me up because I might believe you. Um. Anyways, all right. I feel like I have to add this part to the story because it's a little bit. It does add to the story. Um. He ended up messaging me on Facebook later because this convenience store, like I said, it was an obligation that I had to go to every week, and so I would stop at this one convenience store every week, and this convenience store happens to be 15 minutes away from where I live. So, anyways, because we're like in the same vicinity, we were friends on Facebook, okay? So he messages me on Facebook later and starts making fun of me again for getting my chips without dip. And I was like, this happened 3 hours ago. Why are we still talking about the fact that I'm eating my chips plain? Anyways, I thought it was crazy. He was trying to make me feel like I was a horrible person for not eating my Doritos with extra nacho cheese. I was like, bro, that's just a lot of nacho cheese. Like, what are you talking about? Did all that hold up the line at the store? No. There was no line at the store. Well, there kind of was, but like there's 2 cashiers. Like it's a really small convenience store. But there's 2 lines, cashiers, registers. So while he's sitting here making fun of me for eating my chips without dip, everyone else could go to that one, but there was only like 3 or 4 people. It was also like 7 or 8 p.m., so it's like relatively late. So there's not that many people in the store anyways. He definitely likes you. Maybe he did, or maybe he does. I don't know. I don't know. I that really wasn't my concern at the time. I was just like, why? Just ring up my chips and let me go. It's crazy. He needed a pretense trying to shoot his shot. Maybe it was. I don't know. I guess another important fact is like I kind of knew him before, but it was even weirder because I think I really only knew his name. And so I never really knew what he looked like. And so like I had been to the store 5 times before this point, right? And he was the cashier like 4 out of those 5 times, and I did not register that I kind of knew him, but I didn't, cuz like again, I didn't know what he looked like. I just knew his name. Anyways, the only reason why he ended up finding out that it was me was because do I want to like this is all like TMI info low key. Okay. Maybe I don't want to show that story because that makes it a little weird. We're going to move on from that. Okay. Something so low as dip, using that to hold you up at a checkout. See, I thought it was because, like, again, I usually buy the same stuff when I go, like, snack shopping or grocery shopping or whatever. Because, like, I tend to stick to what I like. And I mean, sometimes I'll, like, expand and try new things here and there, but I most of the time just stick to things I know that I enjoy. And because I had been there multiple times before, and he had been the cashier multiple times before, I always got these Doritos. And he didn't mention anything else but in those other times of me getting plain Doritos, right? And so I thought maybe it was like this was just this is like his 5th time seeing me getting a regular bag of Doritos, and he just was like, she keeps getting Doritos and like nothing else. Is something wrong? And then I don't know. I'm also at the end of the day, I'm also a little dense. So I can't really tell when people are like flirting with me unless they explicitly say it out loud. They would never say, "Oh yeah, I'm flirting with you." But like if somebody was into me, they would have to tell me just straight up, Otherwise, I'm gonna assume that they're not and that they're like being nice or they're just being friendly or that's just maybe how they interact with people. I don't know. So, like, it could have been in that moment, maybe he was trying to like shoot a shot or something, but like me in that moment, I was like, maybe this is just how he interacts with customers. I don't know. I don't know. You're so cute. He's definitely interested. Okay, well, looking back now, probably, right? Maybe. But at the time, I was like, no, I think he's just being, um, what's the word? He's just exercising good customer service. I don't know. Oh, heavens, no, it's talking in code? What do you mean talking in code? What does that mean? Hold on. Okay. Using the dip topic to hold you up. To talk to you more? Okay, like I said. Looking back now, this actually happened a long time ago. How, maybe like a year ago? It happened like a year ago. Yes, because that's when I was doing my obligations. Are you messaging him? No. That didn't sound convincing. It's okay. Hear me out. Like I said, I'm a little dense. Okay? I'm a little dense and I don't like to overthink or over assume certain things. So, like, we talk, like, message here and there, but he's always just asking for, like, music recommendations, which is, like, every, like, month or so. Or if I go on, like, a trip, I post it on Instagram because he's following me on Instagram. And then he will message me about it and then ask how my trip was. And then that's it. So, but like it's also just so sporadic. It's not like constant or consistent. Like I don't really engage in conversation with him unless he messages me first. But again, I was assuming this whole time that he was just wanting like a friendly chat. I don't know. I don't know. I just, I would just, he would ask me something, I would respond, and then he'd be like, okay. And then that was it. That was the question, or that was the whole conversation. But he also doesn't message me that often. He messages like every 3 to 4 weeks. Sometimes he waits like 5. I don't know. It's so sporadic. Like it just makes me think like it truly might just be a conversation. You know? He likes you. I don't know. But like, do I really care? I don't know. I don't really know him. Like, what am I supposed to feel about somebody I don't know? Or like that. However you take it, but he's doing all he can to keep that door open. Yeah, but like, you're waiting like 4 weeks to message somebody. That doesn't really give the right vibe, I don't think. It's spread out so he's not a pest. That's strange. You get to know them. Well, see, okay, here's the problem, right? It's that it's not, I don't want to say it as like I'm not that interested in getting to know him. It's more so that like because I've never gotten the vibe from him. I've never gotten the vibe. I have never felt like he was trying to talk to me to like flirt or anything, okay? So in my mind, all of a sudden, now he's become just somebody that's like somebody that I know from around here. So it's like, I'm not sure if he's like even somebody I would want to get to know or anything. Because I haven't really even thought of him in that way. So, like, how am I supposed to know? You know? You can only know him by spending some time with him. But see, that's what I'm saying. It's like, do I want to get to know him? Like, he's just such like a local person to me. I hate to say I'm not really that interested in wanting to get to know him, kind of thing. My sister won't allow me to see anyone, but I don't mind. I'm happy. Really? Your sister? If he messaged you very frequently, it would bother you as it bothers a bunch of ladies. It depends. That's kind of okay. So that's what I was like thinking about before I answered the last question is I think I'm the type of person I prefer a lot of communication. Now, I don't like it. The only time I don't like it is like if I clearly have expressed that I'm not interested or have shown that I'm not interested and they keep trying to like come back over and over. Like, you know, they keep messaging. They message every single day or whatever and it's like it's very clear I'm not into them. That's when it's a problem. Okay? I think the other time it's a problem is like even though I prefer a lot of communication, I don't like when people are clingy. And so kind of what I mean is like somebody that makes me feel like they seem like somebody who like how am I trying to say this? Like somebody who like always messages and then expects me to always be available every time they message me. And then they get mad if I don't message them back right away. Kind of like that kind of clingy. That's a little too much. Okay? Or people again that I am not interested in, but they keep messaging. That's crazy and insane. But I also don't like people who who wait like more than 3 days every single time to message me back. Like now that's just not enough communication. I don't prefer it. And so I think that's also why I haven't really ever seen this guy. Like he's never really processed in my brain as somebody I could be interested in because he messages me every like month and a half. So, like that's a long time. You know? Like I'm like that's like the extreme end of it and that's kind of why it's like it's never gone through my head that I could like want to get to know him or anything. She's basically my mom. She's 21. Oh. I mean, you're 18 though, you said, right? So I guess I kind of get it. Too frequently, a lot of ladies say a pest, potential stalker, those negative things. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Too frequently is crazy. But frequently shows that you were interested in wanting a conversation. I don't know. I think it has to differ from each woman, I feel. Some women like clingy. I don't like clingy. I like somebody who, how do I want to say? Basically only way I would put it is like I like somebody who has their own life. And so like I understand if they don't message back for a couple of hours or maybe half the day or maybe even an entire day. As long as they message later and they say, "Hey, sorry, I was just really busy yesterday. Forgot to, message you back or let you know all this stuff." It's like I'm totally cool with that. It's more that's kind of what I mean by like I just prefer a lot of communication. I don't really need to know all the details of like why you were busy. Like you don't have to tell me. It's like as long as you just tell me that you were, like, "Hey, sorry I didn't message you for 12 hours. I was just busy." Or like I got caught up with these and whatever. And I'm like, that's totally cool. I get it because I'm busy too. Like I sometimes can't respond. Sometimes I forget to respond. And so I really would like somebody who also is accepting of the fact that I have my own life as well. Be happy, your soulmate will find you. Thank you. I have to go for now, but if I see you again. All right, bye. Thanks for hanging out. Clingy. Can't breathe. Yes, that's what I mean by clingy. Clingy is just somebody who, like, again, expects you to always be available anytime that they want you to be. Or somebody that gets mad, like, say I don't message somebody for 6 hours and they get mad. They're like, what are you doing for 6 hours? You can't even let me know. And I'm like, don't even worry about it. That's really not your concern. Like, too much, the words blowing up my phone / DMs. Yeah, I don't want a notification from the same person every like 10 minutes. Because I probably will just block them in the meantime. Sorry. Anyways, but there's also the opposite end of that, is somebody who like messages every month. That just doesn't give like enough. It makes me feel like, I think that's kind of like, this whole time is why I was assuming it was just a friendly conversation, was because we only talk like once a month. So I just figured, I was like, well, if he was, right, and like what would give me a different idea is if he was interested, he would be reaching out a lot more. But because he hasn't been, in my head, it was giving like, oh, just friendly conversation, kind of. He sounds low-key enough. Honestly, he sounds too low-key. I don't like it. You're a really cool person. I must catch you soon. Okay, bye. Thanks for hanging out today. Is that what you meant? Like, are you heading out, or are you just saying that in general? I don't want to feel like I just kicked you out. Hi, hello. Hello, hello. You know what? Sometimes I hate talking about relationship stuff, but at the same time, I also really like talking about relationship stuff. I don't know. It's just fun sometimes. Good night. Oh, you are heading out. Okay. Bye. Thanks for hanging out today. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Why am I built like that? Bruh. Okay. Maybe I'll be live for 10 or 15 more minutes. And then I'll call it a night. Jesus. You know what? The stream today flew by really fast. I didn't think it was gonna fly by that fast. I quite literally embodied like the definition of a yapper today. I was just yapping and yapping and yapping. I wonder if Hwanung is still live. Should I go look? Let me go look. Oh, Jesus, I'm so sorry. He is. Look. No way. Bro has the camera covered. Should I comment? Ayo, I'm live too. No. We won't do that. I just think it'd be funny. I just finished school. It's the end of the day. I'm walking to the car. Oh my god, really? Not sure if my message went through. Which one? The last one that I have is the... He sounds low-key enough. That's the last one I can see. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Wait, I need to go back to my own stream. Sorry, Hwanung. Hwanung is still alive, but sorry, Hwanung. Was saying, what's the middle for you? Not clingy or too low-key, as you put it. Okay, so the perfect balance for me, if I could stop yawning. Hold on, sorry. Ah. Okay. The perfect balance for me in terms of like communication, okay, yeah, is, ow, my knee. I just popped my knee. Perfect doesn't exist, but I'm listening. Okay. My preferred, I'll say preferred. Sorry. My preferred communication balance is I don't know if there's like a specific like time frame that I need them to be communicating. No. No, I do think somebody could like not text me back for like a week. It's more so I just prefer like the communication that they present, in the sense that, say they did like not message me back for like a week, okay, or like we didn't message each other for a whole week. The like the way is that what I'm trying to say? I would be okay with it if they came back a week later and then said, hey, sorry I didn't message you this whole time, or like contact you this whole time, or whatever, right? Talk to you this whole time. I was busy with like this, and this. But like they don't even really have to go into that much detail. It's more just like, if they just let me know, I'm a very like trusting person. So when it comes to communication, like if they say I was busy with this, and this, I would be like, okay, I believe you. Like I have no reason to not believe you, you know? And so I'd be like, okay, yeah, like that's totally fine. And it wouldn't make me mad or anything, because at least they told me. And it doesn't have to be like a whole week later. They don't have to tell me a week later, like, sorry, I was gone for a week. Even if they know they're gonna be like, hey, I can't message you or talk to you for this next week because I'm gonna be busy, I'll be like, okay, and then a week will pass and like I won't be concerned or anything at all. Hi, I'm your new subscriber. Thank you. Thank you so much. But I think once we start getting into the territory of like we go like 2 weeks or 3 weeks and there's no communication at all, and then they come back and they, one, don't tell me like, hey, sorry, I was gone for 2 weeks, or like don't even mention the fact that we didn't talk for 2 weeks, that would be crazy and insane to me. Like, why did you just ignore the fact that we haven't communicated for 2 weeks, you know? And then not address it. And then the other thing too is like, if they know they're gonna be gone for 2 to 3 weeks, like I think I would prefer that they let me know beforehand. I hear over a week. Yes, over a week is too long. Starts getting in the red. Yeah. Unless it's like pre-planned communication. Like they tell me on like one day, I'm gonna be gone for the next 2 weeks. Probably can't message you or talk to you in that meantime. I'd be like, okay, totally fine with it. But if they like wait the 2 weeks and then come back and say, hey, sorry, I was gone for 2 weeks, I'd be like, okay. It would make me think, it would make me just wonder. Now, on the opposite end of that, I don't like when people are too clingy. So it's more so, I think it's just, I would like someone who just respects time. Because I like people who are communicative, you know? Like if they have time and they want, like if they have, is that what I want to say? I don't want somebody who like wants or needs to message me every 30 seconds. But I also don't want somebody who's like so absent in talking that it's like just too long. And so for me, like a really, really ideal situation would be, because like what am I going into right now? Like my ideal type of partner is, again, somebody who just has their own life as well. And so it's like somebody, like, I don't want somebody who like feels like they need to be around me all the time, or that I need to be around them all the time. Like, I want somebody who's like also doing their own thing, because like I'm also always doing my own thing. And so when it comes to like communication, I would really, really like somebody who, because they're busy living their life, you know, like in the daytime, they might be like too busy to talk. That's totally fine. But like in the evening, if they can spare like a couple of hours of their free time to have a conversation, that would be great for me, you know? Like, we don't need to talk all the time, but I would prefer. Oh no, we don't need to talk all the time, but I also do prefer consistent communication, I guess is what I'm trying to say. What a long way to say. Consistent communication. Not constant, consistent. There's something of a timeline, just gotta drop the PS/leave a note. Yes. Yes. Like, another ideal situation would be like if they knew they were gonna be busy and they're like, hey, probably can't message you tomorrow, probably can't talk to you tomorrow, but we'll talk to you as soon as I can. I'd be like, okay, I'm totally fine with that. And then we would just move on, okay? We would live the next day and just be... everything would be fine, okay? No way I just explained my entire ideal partner today. Isn't that crazy? Well, see, that's also the other thing too, though, is like there's ideal types, ideal partners, and then there's like what happens when you actually when you actually go out and like find people. I've learned that a lot of times you can really never find your ideal partner or ideal type, which is fine, I guess. But I would really love if it was my ideal partner. Always appreciate the bangs, leave the curls for a surprise. Yeah, one of these days I will be motivated enough to curl my hair intensely. Today I just straightened it. Like, it's just straight, that's it. I think it was curled yesterday, which is like, I was gonna try to do a stream yesterday because I thought I looked cute yesterday. But, sorry. But then I got busy doing other stuff. So, then I didn't stream. Is bed hair ever a problem? Honestly, yeah. Okay, do you want another, like, secret about me? So a little secret about me is I actually shower every single morning, and I wash my hair every single morning, like in the shower. And that's not the crazy, that's not like the lower part. I only shower every single morning because my hair, when I sleep, I like wake up and it's kind of like everywhere, but not in like a frizzy way or like a really like crazy like tangled way. It's just that like all the hair tends to be laying in different directions. So like this part will be like up this way, and then these parts will be like curled this way. My bangs always look really stupid and dumb. Sometimes they're standing all the way up or whatever. And the only way to really tame it or fix it is for me to wash my hair, like to get it wet. But I figure if I have to get it wet to even make it look manageable, I might as well just wash it. So, unfortunately, I'm a lazy individual, so I would prefer not to take a shower every single morning. I would love to do it like every other day. Especially my hair. I don't want to be washing my hair that much, but like I kind of have to because my hair, like when I wake up, I can't go around looking like that. That's crazy. So, yeah, bedhead for me is kind of a problem. And sometimes when I don't want to deal with it, I actually will just kind of spray it down and then put it in like a bun or something. Top priority, good hygiene. Yes. Yeah, that's the other thing is I'm very conscious and self-aware about my hygiene. So, that's kind of another reason why I shower every morning is just because I like to feel clean. I like to feel clean, freshly scrubbed for the day, just to get dirty all over again. My sister's like, yesterday, hair problems. Yeah, I know. My hair has always been like that though. Like, I have some strange dilemma with my hair. It's like kind of naturally wavy, but like not wavy enough to like do anything, like put any products and stuff in it and then make it like naturally sit. Like, I don't know what it is. So I also always have to style my hair. Otherwise, it's gonna look really bushy, like I just rolled out of bed. Ever wear a hat for a hair problem? Honestly, no. I think I don't really like hats that much because they make me feel too loungy. And another little secret about me is I don't like to do anything in public and feel like too casual. I don't know if anyone was here earlier, but I mentioned how it takes me like an hour and a half in the mornings to get ready every day, okay? And I always think about it, I'm like, does that make me like kind of high maintenance because I take so long to get ready? But that's also because like I care a lot about how I'm presenting myself in public because I always want to be presenting a version of myself that I like I want to present. Does that make sense? And so it's like I don't really want to go out in public in like sweatpants and like unfixed, unkept hair and feel like a bum. All right? Like I don't it's not that I don't look like a bum, it's that I feel like one. Because people can go around like that and honestly they can pull it off way better than I could. But I hate doing anything in public that makes me feel like I didn't put in any effort unless that was the vibe I was going for. And for some reason hats make me feel like that. They make me feel too casual, so I don't usually wear them. There's that pink one behind you. I know. I want to find some reason to use that. I haven't yet. Just because, like I said, I don't really ever have reasons to wear hats. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Ouch. Ow! My knee. I keep popping my knee and it hurts. Is that a oneus souvenir? No, this was actually from one of the girls that I work with went on a trip, like a work trip, and she got everyone souvenirs from where she went, and she got a couple of hats, and I think she got a couple of other things. But I just picked the hat. I was like, yeah, I'll take the hat, so I picked this one. Yeah. Anyways, I did say I was only going to stream for, I was going to say 10, 15 more minutes, but it was 15. So, I think I'm going to end the stream here for tonight. You know what? Today was a fun stream. Despite all we've talked about a lot of crazy stuff today. But it was really, really fun. So thank you so much to everyone that commented and asked some really interesting questions. I had a blast answering them all. Thank you so much for giving me clarity about a situation that I thought was just a cute, friendly situation, and apparently it's not. And yeah, just to everyone for hanging out today. Okay, I'll be really honest with you. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow. Okay? Probably at the same time, which is going to be horrible for me, but I'm committed to upholding good streaming schedules. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow because I am going on a trip this weekend. So I will not be able to stream until next week. After tomorrow, so I'm going to try to squeeze one more stream in tomorrow. But if I don't, okay? Because I tend to be a liar and a fraud. Um, if I don't end up streaming tomorrow, I will most likely see you all next week. Next week, but like I said, I'm gonna do my best to stream tomorrow. So hopefully I will see you all tomorrow, if you're there. But if I don't, ultimately, okay, I will see you all next week. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I hope you all have a good rest of your night, or you're having a good day, or you had a good day, and all the good stuff. And I will see you all in the next stream. Bye, everyone. Have some good sleeps and some good dreams and all the whatever. All right, bye.